affordable back issues, and hot modern spec. We got all that and then some. So go grab your vibe juice and meet me back here in the comic room. I know you're ready, so let's get it. Welcome back. I'm your boy C3, the host with the most. Hit that like, slap the subscribe button. We got another hot list I want to talk to you about. You know what it is. It's good vibes only, ladies and gentlemen. Check your nonsense at the door, because we are only here for the love of the hobby. I'm back with another top 10 list and market update for you. Yes, for you, the comic book community. And we're going to start today's hot list off with a hot modern spec. At number 10, we've got Superman, Friendship Unleashed, issue number 1. All right, so check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This book is limited to 3,000 copies. It's the Travis Mercer and Andrew Dowhouse Milkbone giveaway variant. Like I said, limited to 3,000 copies. This is up 1.61%, with the average price being $49. Average price for the graded copy is $337. Now, we've had a total of 164 total sales for this book so far, with an all-time high being $591 for a 9.8 that took place back in June 23rd. Now, last recorded sale for this book was $42. But fair market value has a raw copy in near mint condition listed at $49. So if you're in the market for Superman, A Friendship Unleashed, issue number 1, keep your eye out for this book, because this book is moving on the secondary market. And I can tell the comic book community is hyped about that new Superman movie that's coming up, because Superman and everybody have been waiting for this remake. So check it out. Don't miss it. On the list at number 9, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Fantastic Four Fanfare, issue number 1. Oh, yeah. And this is that Greg Land 616-day Virgin 1 per store variant. Now, we had this book on the list once before, but this book continues to do well on the market, so that's why I had to continue to highlight it. Last recorded sale for this book was $38. This book is up 30.59%, my guys, with the average price being $28, okay? There's no graded information on this book just yet because it's still new. But we've had 38 sales so far, with the all-time high being $40 for a raw copy. You may not want to pay the $40 for the raw copy, but fair market value has this book listed at $28 for a raw copy in near mint condition. All right. So if you're on the market for this book, be sure to check out your local comic book shops. Go by, talk to the owners, talk to the people behind the counter, support your local economy. Definitely make sure you do a pull list. That'll make sure that you can get all the hot books that are coming out, find those good reads. A lot of time people sleep on the books that are the good reads, right? Because we go after covers and we're looking for first appearances, but I love a good read myself, all right? So make sure you check out your local comic book store. Make sure that they know that they're still very much a part of our collecting hobby, all right? So that's my plug for my locals, all right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on the list at number 8, we've got Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 129. This is the Gil Kane regular cover. Yes, definitely. Classic, iconic book. You know, it's a must-have for everybody's collection. This one is for all my serious collectors who know what it is to have an iconic book in a collection, who understand what it means to collect iconic characters, right? Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 129. The first appearance of the Punisher. Last recorded sale for this book was $3,850, and that was for a 9.4. This book is up right now, 2%, right? And I'm thinking that the average price is somewhere between $960 to $967. Average price for the graded copy is $1,890. We've had a total of 5,048 sales for this particular book to date, with the all-time high being $43,200, and that was for a 9.8 back in 2022. Now, for a raw copy, fair market value has this book listed at $900 $167 for a raw book in very good condition. But after doing a little bit more digging, I've learned that there's 17,028 universal grades on the census, and fair market value has the 9.8 listed for $16,000. And there's 211 on the census with a total of 112 cells. Yes, and I even looked on the other side of this book, and I learned that CBCS, the certified blue 9.8, last sold for $6,400. So depending whichever one you want the CBCS or you want the CGC. In my opinion, you can't go wrong. But the last 9.8 in the CBCS sold for $6,400. Now the current fair market value for the 9.6 is $5,750 with 315 sales. The 9.4s are not that far behind with 488 sales, and fair market value has it listed at $3,600. So Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 129, iconic, first appearance of the Punisher. Keep your eye out on this book because it's doing numbers on the secondary market and it continues to grow in value. All right, this book will add value to anybody's collection. If you get your hands on a Amazing Spider-Man issue number 129, whatever your collection was looking about, it just got better. Right? It just got more valuable. So 129 is a book for all you serious collectors. And now, this next book at number 7, it's a strike while the iron is cold book. And if you guys know, one of my ideas is always strike while the iron is cold. Try to wait for all the heckling and all the hype to cool down around the book, so you don't have to pay that astronomical price that is created when everybody starts the feeding frenzy, right? So strike while the iron is cold. We've got another book, another DC book. This is Superman issue number 2, the direct edition. Yes, so here's the numbers behind this book. This is when Superman's identity was unveiled. Lex Luthor got some information and he was like, oh yeah, it's time to bring my boy down. This could be that spec that the movie is centered around, you know, exploiting Superman and revealing his identity to the rest of the world, making him look less than what he really is, the Man of Steel, one of our most iconic superheroes, a people's hero, right? So this book is down right now. It's only down 2%, but I still see that as an opportunity for us to get our hands on this book without having to pay that higher price, right? Last recorded sale for this book was $8 for the raw copy. Average price for the raw copy is $5. Average price for the graded copy, $76, ladies and gentlemen, with a total of 168 sales for this book so far. We had an all-time high for a CGC 9.8, and that was $76. Fair market value has this book rested at $5 for the raw copy in very fine condition. So movie hype, spec book, is definitely on the move. Whatever you want to call it, this book is hot, and you guys made it that way. On the list at number 6, this is Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 9, the Ivan Talavera 1:25 ratio variant. Beautiful book. Beautiful book. Love the artwork behind this. The story is absolutely awesome. You guys got to pick this book up. Definitely check it out. If you're a Wonder Woman fan, you're going to love this retake on Wonder Woman. Whole new backstory. Definitely, something you definitely want to read, right? Now, this is the first appearance of Absolute Queen Clea, okay? Last recorded sale for this book was $6, with the average price for the raw copy being $9. No graded information on this book just yet, but we have had a total of 34 sales, with the all-time high being $26 for the raw copy in near mint condition. Fair market value has this book resting at $9 for the raw copy in near mint condition. So Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 9, the Ivan Talavera 1:25 variant is hot, ladies and gentlemen. If that's something you're interested in, definitely check it out. All right? Okay, now, we've made it. Yes, we've made it to the halfway mark. So allow me to do what I always do, which is stop, catch my breath, and thank each and every one of you for stopping by, checking out the channel. It's good vibes only, guys. And if this is your first time, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that like button. It really pushes us out there so we can get to more members of the community. I don't know what it is, but I don't think YouTube likes me. It's all good, because I know you guys love me. I'll take it. All right? Good vibes only. I'm your boy C3. This is Keep It Comics. Always grab your vibe juice because that keeps us balanced. Yes, the vibe juice keeps us balanced. People say, C3, what are you drinking? Whatever's in the cup. Whatever's in the cup. The vibe juice is whatever's in the cup. So whatever your vibe juice is, have at it. No judgment here. Have at it. Right? All right, so thank you guys. That's enough of me rambling. I appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe. Comment down below. What do you think about those first 5 comics? Tell me what you think. I would love to know your thoughts. And we're going to dive into the next 5. All right? On the list at number 5. This is a fan favorite. Let's talk Wolverine issue number 1. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Frank Miller Direct Edition. All right? It's back on the list. This is the first solo Wolverine title and the first cameo of Yukio. Now, this book is up 4.35%, with the last recorded sale for this book being $194 for CGC 9.6. Average price for the raw copy, $125. $505 was the average price for the graded copy. We've had a total of 5,247 sales for this book so far, with the all-time high being $27,000 for a 10.0, and that took place back in 2024. Now, fair market value has a raw copy in near mint condition listed at $125. But I did some more digging for you guys because I know how you guys love your information. When I went to go collect, I learned that there's 24,916 universal grades on the census. There's one 10.0, and I'm assuming that that's that 10.0 that we just mentioned. That book last sold for $15,535. Now, get this, comic book community. That's an $11,465 price drop. And what I'm asking you guys, and comment down below, how does a Wolverine issue number 1 graded at 10.0 go from $27,000 to $15,535 in just 1 year? Please, somebody tell me. Comment down below. How does that happen? We've had 11 sales for the 9.9. That last sold for $10,200. 2,354 sales for the CGC 9.8, and that last sold for $500. The 9.6 last sold for $230. Wolverine issue number 1. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. Iconic book, iconic solo series, Frank Miller's goodness. Listen, I'm around for it. Let's talk about it. If you don't have this book in your collection, is this a book that you think needs to be added to your collection? All right? Wolverine issue number 1. Number 4 on the list, ladies and gentlemen, Street Fighters issue number 1. All you get, a do get. Yes. I loved this. I love this game. I love this game. Nobody can tell me nothing about this game. I must have spent at least $20,000 in quarters on this game growing up, maybe even more. But I used to play this game all day, every day, for vast periods of time. Anybody that came in the store and popped a quarter in. Anyway, it was just such a dope experience, a dope childhood experience. Here it is. First U.S. comic book appearance of Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Balrog, Sagat, Vega, and M. Bison. Yes. Right? All the iconic characters. Now, although my character isn't up here, I'm not hating. It's all good. He probably was busy at the time. He's not up here, but it's all right. My character, my fighter was E. Honda. E. Hui. Yes. I loved it. With the massive hands. That was my guy. All right? So, now, average price for the raw copy, $8. Average price for the graded copy, $142. This book is up 7.54% and still climbing. We've had a total of 481 sales for this book to move on the secondary market so far, with the all-time high being $280 for CGC 9.8, and that took place back in 2022. All right? Fair market value has this book listed at a raw copy for $8, and it has to be in very fine condition. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Street Fighter, issue number 1, one of the best games that they ever came out with. Man, that was nostalgia. That just took me way back. If you need it, make sure you get yourself one. Who was your favorite character on Street Fighter? Comment down below. Let me know. I bet I could beat you with E Honda. I knew all his moves. He moved pretty good. E Honda moved good for a big guy. He was pretty quick, too. You just had to know how to put his combos together. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Number 3 on the list. Batman issue number 609. This is the Jim Lee Direct Edition. Let's talk about it. First appearance of Tomas Elliott, and who later becomes Hush. Shh. Don't say anything. All right, this book is up 57%, ladies and gentlemen. Last recorded sale for this book for CGC 9.8 was $186. Average price for the raw copy, $38. Average price for the graded copy, $155. 1,780 total sales for this book so far on the aftermarket, with the all-time high for CGC 9.8 that took place back in 2022 being $289. Fair market value has this book listed at $38 for a raw copy in near mint condition. So Batman issue number 609, the Jim Lee edition, first appearance of Tomas, who later becomes Hush, is moving. And you may want to add this to your collection. Definitely an affordable back issue that you might want to add to your collection. It's one of those books that, you know, when you see it, you're like, should I? Well, of course you should. Absolutely. It's time. There may be time for you to pull that trigger. All right, so here's a book I bet you didn't think you would ever see on the list. Let's talk about this one because it's up. And I don't know if it's because of the new series that's out, but all I know is that if you're an Iron Man fan, like I'm an Iron Man fan, we got to talk about Tales of Suspense, issue number 39, first appearance of the Iron Man. Now, although I am absolutely digging the Riri Williams Ironheart series that's on Disney, I'm definitely feeling Tales of Suspense. A little bit out of my price range, but nonetheless, I still have to talk about it. This book is up 2%, and it continues to increase, right? Last recorded sale for this book for CGC 6.5 was $13,000. And I won't apologize, but I just don't have 13 grand laying around right now to invest. But you might, and that's why I'm bringing this book to your attention. Average price for the raw copy is $1,000. Average price for a graded copy will run you about $6,400. 762 total sales for this book so far, with the all-time high for this book being, hold on one second, because I got to take a sip for this. Okay. With the all-time high being $840,000. Yes, $840,000 for the CGC 9.8, and that took place just last year. Fair market value has this book listed at $1,000 for a raw copy, and that's in just fair to poor condition. Now, I always say low grade is better than no grade. That used to come from my guy over at We Love Comics, Chris. He always said low grade is better than no grade, and he's absolutely right. If that's what you can afford, if that's what you're able to pay and get your hands on a book that you want to add to your collection, that is absolutely okay. I totally agree with that. Low grade is better than no grade. Make sure you get yourself one. A fair to poor, listen, I've got some nice comic books. Some of them have the cover ripped off of it. Some of them have, you know, but they're still iconic books. And I have one, so it doesn't matter. I'll upgrade when I can afford them, but, you know, I'm not going to break the bank. That's one thing I'm not going to do. My wife would kill me. But I definitely continue to add to my collection. That's going to add value to it also. All right. So I did some more digging on this book because it's a must to understand and know what's going on with this book on the market as you continue to build your collection. Right. After looking at Go Collect, there is 2,227 universal grades on the census. One sale of the CGC 9.8. And that fair market value had that listed at $850,000, right, for the 9.8. 3 sales for the 9.6. That fair market value had listed at $420,000. There's 7 sales for the 9.4, and fair market value had that listed at $220,000. Now, don't forget, the raw and fair to poor condition looks good at $1,000, all right? And of course, lower hanging fruit is going for less. But I gotta say it, low grade is better than no grade. When you're talking about Tales of Suspense, issue number 39. It's moving, ladies and gentlemen, and you may want to add it to your collection. Now, any one of these books that I mentioned on the market, be sure to check out your local comic book shop, right? Support your local economy. Connect with the owner. Open up a pull box. Maximize your collecting experience, right? Pre-order some books that are coming out on new releases. This will help you grow your comic book collection and also your interest, right? This will continue to pique your interest when you know what's coming out ahead of time, and it adds more thrill and more excitement to the hobby. Me, I just love when the comics come in and I'm like, ooh, what did I got? Because sometimes I forget what I have in my pull box. And I order a lot too. So, but I only order if I can't get them from my local comic book shop. So make sure you're supporting those guys, because we don't want them to disappear. A lot of things are closing, and I don't know if I could live without my comic book shops. So I definitely don't want those guys to close down. So we got to support them. We got to support. All right? And make sure you support me, C3, over here at Keep It Comics, the original creator of Keep It Comics. Not the imitator, but the innovator. You know what it is. It's good vibes only. It's what we do over here. Like, subscribe, share, comment down below. And it's time to talk about your number 1 hottest comic book in the galaxy. Let's talk Adventure Comics issue number 346. First appearance of the Karate Kid. Yes, Mr. Danielson. Wax on, wax off. All right, this book is up right now. A whopping 596% in increase in sales, right? Average price for the raw copy, $15. Average price for the graded copy is $230. Last recorded sale for this book was a raw copy, and it sold for $175. Always been a big fan of the Karate Kid. I learned something new when I found this book. I had no idea that the Karate Kid was first appeared in Adventure Comics. I always thought that was a made-up story that just came from, you know, some movie creator. So it was interesting for me to find out that this is where that character came from. Total of 412 sales took place for this book so far, with the all-time high being $2,880, and that took place back in 2020. It was a CGC 9.6. If you don't have the $2,880 to spare, don't worry, because fair market value has this book resting at $15 for a raw copy in near mint condition. All right? So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's your list. Be careful when you execute while you're out there on the hunt. Don't hurt nothing, and don't let nothing hurt you. Choose your poison carefully, all right? Balance it out. There's no need to break the bank. I'm glad you stuck around. Why? Because it's good vibes only. And before we go, I'm going to show you guys some books that I picked up over the past couple of weeks. I hope you enjoy. I'm your boy C3, and this is what we do. Check it. I was able to get my hands on X-Men, issue number 251. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I finally got this copy. I was waiting for it to cool off. For a while, you guys know that there was a lot going on around this book, so I was like, yeah, no, not right now. I'm gonna wait. I actually got a very, very nice copy here. If you can look and tell, this book is nice and clean, right? This book is very clean. I paid $15 for this book. In the condition that is in, that book is currently probably going for about 15 to 60 bucks in that condition raw, right? I was also able to get Harley Quinn, and this is issue number 52, the DNA cover, David Nakayama. Yes, beautiful. Loving the artwork on that one. I had to double back and get the Invincible Universe Battle Beast issue number 1. Yep, definitely wanted to wait and make sure that all the hype around this release calmed down a little bit. I got issue number 2 because I'm going to get caught up on there. I didn't grab this when it first came out, but I'm still able to get copies to read, so I'm happy about that. All right, so I also grabbed Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 34. Definitely loving that. This is the first full of Powerlift. Love that, love that, love that. Here's the other cover. I believe this is cover A. This is the regular variant, if I'm correct. I got Gunslinger, man, and yo, check this out. Yo, look at that. This is Gunslinger, and this is issue number 44. If you guys have not seen this cover, when you talk about cover lovers delight, this is a smoking hot cover. Gunslinger. Wow. Definitely take a close look at this cover, man. When you go through and pick out all the intricate details in that artwork, man, that's just phenomenal. I grabbed Wonder Woman, Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 1. What print is this? I don't know what print this is, guys. Leave a comment down below if you know what print this is. Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 1. But, you know, Mark Spears artwork, and I grabbed all of them. That makes, yeah, hold up. Bingo. So you connect them all like that, and then you put this guy over here on this side, Superman, Absolute Superman. Yeah, so I got the Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman. Mark Spears covers, the connecting variants. Definitely wanted to add that to my collection. Make sure you got your Marvel must-haves. This is what I was talking about. For you new guys that are just coming into the hobby. You want to find good books, read your must-haves. It'll let you know what's coming out. All right? Let's see what we got in here, guys. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I grabbed Captain America, issue number 1. Yep, and as I'm showing you these books, just keep in mind, you may want to add these to your collection. So, you know, just take a peek. I got that new Bane, that Batman, Absolute Batman issue number 9 with that Bane cover. Bane looks totally awesome. They should do a comic, Totally Awesome Bane. Brolic. All right, we got Wolverine, issue number 6. Hellhawk, everybody's talking about. Wolverine, issue number 8. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 33. Yep. You know, I'm a Miles fan. Big Miles fan. Big Miles fan. Here's a, yo, this is a beautiful cover, man. Leave a comment down below. What do you guys think about this Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, issue number 15, man? Look at this. That's a beauty. That's a beauty. Beautiful stance, pose. Love the colors, love the artwork, love the, yo, the shadow, the texture. Just the positioning of the, you know, the body and how they highlighted all her features. Like, look at her muscles, her forearms, things of that nature. Like, she's no little girl, man. Like, she's definitely built for business. All right, I got Bring On the Bad Guys, issue number 1. And this is Sister Sorrow. This is a new character if you guys are unaware. Yep, so definitely make sure you check that one out. That's a beauty cover. I like the texture in that too. Derek Chu on that cover work. All right, last but definitely not least, we got Bring On the Bad Guys, and this is the Green Goblin, issue number 1. The artwork on this, look at this. This looks like my guy Bermejo. I can't wait to meet him one day so I can ask him, how do you pronounce your name? All right? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Tons of comic book awesome goodness. All right? I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. I'm your boy C3. As always, this is Keep It Comics. I'll catch you guys next video. Don't hate, congratulate. Show some love, because that don't cost you nothing. Appreciate. But no matter what you do, when you see me, always keep it comics. Peace. Later, Gators. You know what it is.